Yeah, so I was very wrong about minecarts, as the comments pointed out on the last video. So I wanted to actually revisit the topic. I was also very wrong about the speed of the Saturn V, and I actually thought that it was the I thought that there was the escape velocity that was the top speed, which I was wrong. I should have double checked that. So to start out, yes, I am using something to speed it up. I don't know why I didn't before. It was kind of just because I wanted the acceleration to be a part of the thing, but if it's just how fast they can go in general, I don't think it matters. We have a 500 block track set up here, and we have a command block at the start to tell me when it starts, and a command block at the end to tell me when it ends. So that way I can go into the footage and tell exactly how long it took. And this is at normal tick rate, but the minecart speed is at max. Interesting. It seems to have not loaded. Why did it not load? Hmm. Interesting. Let's try that again. Push this. Put down the boat. The reason I have a boat is because it moves way faster when it has an entity in it for whatever reason. I don't know why. And a boat is a fairly good entity. I'm not sure the max acceleration on this, but it's going decently fast. So I'm just gonna leave this here for like 2 minutes. It's been spinning up for a bit, so let's see if it finally loads. Despite me setting up the Ender Pearl stasis chambers, I don't think it loaded. I think I'm gonna have to make the track bend back and then go 200 blocks that way, 200 blocks this way. Well, 250, 250. Alright. Alright, I made it turn right at the 250 block thing. Now let's test it. If I set it up like this, it should go in a loop. Alright, let's try it. Then we get the boat down. I'm gonna wait for it to speed up again. Because we're pre-accelerating the minecart, it also means that we can more accurately calculate how this would apply to larger distances outside of my render distance, so that we can more easily calculate the speed. I think that's a good enough speed. It's going incredibly fast, we just can't see it. So then, if I power this lever, it should send off. If I stand right here, it works. If I press F3D and then check how quickly it takes to go from start to end, I can then put that into editing and check the exact number. So that was about 1.19 seconds, but we can get that way faster if we use the tick rate. So let's try just that, upping the tick speed. Tick rate. Let's try 200. 10 times normal. Let's see if it actually is 10 times faster. I don't think that's a good test because I wasn't rendering the other side. That is, let's put that into editing, see what happens. I would say that that is actually around 10 times the speed. It was 0.09 seconds, to the best of my knowledge. It might have been slightly less, might have been slightly more. I'm only recording at 60 frames per second, and my game's only running at 60 frames per second, so it's a little bit iffy, but what we can do, that means that we can actually take this speed into account and then put that on a graph and graph how fast it can get at the max tick rate without having to record it separately. Doing that, we actually get 55,555 meters per second, or 124,273 miles per hour, or 199,998 kilometers per hour. By plugging these two speeds from the two trials that we did, which I could have done more, but I think that two is probably enough. We actually get this slope, which means that for every 1 tick rate we go up, it goes another 306 meters per second, which is kind of a lot. That means that even with the negative y-intercept, meaning that it would start at lower speeds, if the tick rate was 0, it would actually start at like a really low speed, which is technically, it would start at 0 speed, but that's not how it works perfectly. But it shows that when we set the tick rate to 1000, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Just 1000, not even 10,000. And then I flick this lever. As long as I'm in the loaded chunks, it'll keep going back and forth, which we can't even see it right now. But if I grab a spyglass, we can see that rail is flipping back and forth because of those detector rails are constantly going back and forth. Which means that if we plug that into the slope with at only 1,000 tick rate, not even 10,000, we're getting 300,599.6 meters per second. That's how fast it's going right now. Now let's see how fast it is when we do 10,000. At 10,000, we get, just to double check, we get 300 and, wait, we get 3,057,350 meters per second. That's a lot. That is 1% the speed of light. Minecarts are approaching the speed of light now. That's incredibly fast. Now, I double-checked this time, and I'm pretty sure the Saturn V, which is the rocket that got us to the moon, I'm pretty sure that went around 2,300 meters per second. That's not even close. This little minecart is moving faster than a rocket, and the speed of sound. If I get in said minecart, it will completely break my game, which is why I'm not going to. But it can go insanely fast, and I was absolutely wrong last time. I believe 10,000 is the max tick rate, but just to see, let's put it at 10,000. Can't put it any higher. I'm gonna put the boat in. Just have to push the minecart. It's gonna be really hard to do. But, minecart, push. Okay, it's gone. Put a boat in. It's just gonna keep accelerating for a second. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that we can see it right now. And off it goes. Every single time it fills up the chat there, it's going 500 meters. That's kind of a lot. It's like half of a kilometer, and it's doing it so quickly. Now, some of you might say that using the tick rate is a little bit cheating. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, but given that Minecraft days aren't even synced up to normal days anyway, I would have to calculate it based on that instead of real seconds, and then we don't know how long a Minecraft second is, but you'd have to like convert it to the day, and we have no clue how we have no clue how close that sun is or how many times we or like we don't know the speed of the Minecraft Earth rotation. There's just a lot of things we don't know, so I'm basing it on real seconds and then using the tick rate to increase it like a ton. I think that concludes this. I hope that I did a better job than last time. I should have done this to start, but you know what? I wanted to follow it up because I was just objectively wrong last time. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You know, let's test it with the player, but first we're going to do a common suggestion. Lower my render distance and my simulation distance. I'm gonna keep the simulation at 10 so I can even like render the chunks ahead of me. And then let's go in a circle. Yep. Yep, that broke my game. See ya.